Hey y'all, how are y'all today? I just figured I'd do an update video of the chicks. They're getting so big. I still got them in here because of us having the cold weather this week, and I just wanted to make sure that they'd be able to make it through it. So I still got the light on if they choose to go in there, and they still have it. But they fully feathered now. They need to be going on the dirt here soon, but our weather is so crazy here in South Carolina. One minute it can be 90 degrees, the next minute it can be down in the 40s. So I just want to make sure these little girls here make it. And they've already been fed one time just a few minutes ago. And then they want to all come over here and eat more, which is a good thing. That means they're growing, they're eating good. There's one in there that's real tiny over there in the back. I don't know what's going on with it. It's eating good and stuff, but it's tinier than the rest of them. I'm guessing it's probably maybe like I don't know, 3 or 4 days, maybe younger than the rest. It's chaos at feeding time. And I filled that thing up just a few minutes ago, and you can already see they're mostly spilling the majority of it out onto the ground right here. And I quit with this feeder for a while, but I figured I'd go ahead and put it back in here since they were getting bigger. That they'll have a couple places to eat. Because I got this thing here too, and they started roosting on it and pooping on it. A little rabbit feeder here. All I know is all this stuff down here can go into the compost. Gonna make some good compost fertilizer. And I can guarantee you next spring the grass is gonna be so green right here, I'm not gonna be able to keep up with it. But you can see the clover. The clovers are already starting to grow here. Y'all have some back there too. Yeah. I'm gonna take y'all around and show you some of the flowers and stuff. I'm planning on getting some more flowers to put out here. I really hadn't had a chance to do too much of anything, but we did eventually finally get the grass cut, so that's a plus. My poor old pumpkin out there keeps getting blowed over. That's my little, well, we had all kinds of different things. We change out the plants in this thing a lot. I don't even know what's in it now. I know there's still some onions in it from where he planted onions and they tried to come back up. These two things, I don't know what they are. I'm just letting them grow. It could be anything. Like I said, we've had onions, we've had, I think, geraniums or something like that in here at one time. All kinds of different plants has been in here at one time. And these are my cannons. They're looking kind of rough right now because it being fall and everything. And still got a blossom on it though. Look how pretty. And there's Cheech. Y'all, it's so beautiful out here today. This is the dirt road here that comes into our house. All the way down to that where that light pole is down there. Right down here, you can see all the trees right here. But right here at the corner of that pine tree right there, over this way, all belongs to us. And we still got to work on the backyard as far as getting the grass cut and some weed eating done. Found some trash. But we got to get all this stuff torn down. That's the morning glories and all that other kind of stuff that's been growing on the fence. We got to get all that down. I can't stand it. It aggravates me. But we'll get to it. And this is something new that Justin had bought probably about a month ago, I think. And me and him is back and forth about what we're going to put in it because it's right up underneath the window. I wanted to put something like mums or something like that in it. But he's saying no. He wants to put his strawberries in it. So I'm guessing we're going to have to, probably in the next couple of weeks, we'll go get some potting soil and we'll go ahead and fill it up. And did put some potting soil in it, but as you can tell, it started going green on us. So I'm going to have to dump that out and redo that. I guess we'll be putting the strawberries in it. And then I'll work on this bench and see if I can get a piece of wood and fix this bench up. And I know if y'all probably have noticed that I had a white little greenhouse here at one time. We tore it down probably close to a week ago now. It was right here. We tore it down. We was more using it for a storage shelter than a greenhouse because it just, I don't know why they even called it a greenhouse because you couldn't do nothing with it. It was just so tiny and the sun couldn't get through it or anything. But anyways, we're cleaning up this area. And I'm thinking about maybe adding on maybe like a shelter from about right here. And adding a shelter like out back towards me. And doing it where I can put my grill and things like that here. Right there, not like right up against it, of course, but like a little bit further out. That way I can have my little grill area here too, and if the kids want to play and everything, the kids can still be playing, playing on the swing set and stuff, and I can watch them as I'm cooking. And of course I got to get under there and cut all that out too. That's a bunch of briars and a bunch of mess. I used to do that by hand. I learned my lesson. I've got so many thorns in my hands. But I got to get under there and get that cleaned out too. And thinking about maybe, I was thinking about putting some, that rubber stuff that they put in the playgrounds or whatever. I thought about getting a few bags of that and putting that at the bottom. That way to keep the weeds and stuff down. And, children with rocks, you don't want rocks around your children because, they like throwing rocks. So I think the rubber would probably be the best thing. And even if the lawnmower, if a piece gets thrown out into the yard or something, the rubber won't hurt the lawnmower as much as, a rock being thrown. So I think that'd be a better bet. And we still, of course, you can see that we got to go around each and every tree. Still hadn't got around them. We're not too much on the weed eating thing because mine or his hands, either one, are too good. It's just, he's had carpal tunnel surgery, and I got carpal tunnel and arthritis really bad. So we try to do the best we can, and I basically just use the push mower and try to go around them as best as I can. But even his banana tree starting to die off a little bit, starting to turn yellow. And hopefully he'll let me take that ugly scarecrow down because it didn't work. But anyhow, we just got a lot of projects that we're thinking about doing. We still hadn't done anything with the camper yet. We've gotten in there and cleaned it up a little bit. Still got to get the roof leak fixed. That's the reason why the tarp's on it. The hurricane blew the tarp and we just hadn't been able to get back up there and get it fixed yet. But we're working on it. One thing at a time. But anyhow. I still got to do a lot of like trimming up against the house and stuff like that. Our little garden area, we're doing pretty good with it too. We just, like I said, the weed eating is the worst part. That's this metal thing right here is what I was telling y'all. That was the greenhouse that was sitting over there by the playhouse. We tore all the plastic and stuff off of it, and we're going to actually stick it inside the garden area here, do it in the better plastic so the sun can actually go through it and actually make it a small greenhouse like it should have been to start with, and leave it inside here in the garden area. That way we can start our plants and stuff in here and won't have far to walk. We can just go straight from the greenhouse straight into the garden here. But as you can tell, still looking pretty good for right now. All but us having to come through here and get all this stuff cut. These trees are looking pretty good too. I'm about having to prune them again. And we started, well, he put this gate up so we'd have a walk-through gate. Yeah, it doesn't match. It looks tacky. But here, you use what you got. So we used that, and then we thought about it for a little bit, like trying to get bigger equipment in there and stuff like that. That gate wouldn't be big enough for that. It's just big enough for us to walk through and to push more. So we went and got an old cattle panel. I say cattle panel. Cattle gate, sorry. From one of my cousins. So we're going to take this one out and put this one in. That way, if we have to go in with the zero turn or anything any bigger, that we can just drive through it. So that's the next thing on the list too. We still got a bunch of stuff that needs to be done. Whole lot of more grass over there to cut. But y'all, we got 8 acres and it goes way on back there, way past my truck. And I'm pretty sure you can hear the crunch noise until everything's starting to dry out. Don't have no figs on the fig tree. And for some reason, the goats love sitting down in their feed bowls and pooping in their feed bowls. Good afternoon. How are y'all today? Hi. Hey, Boomerang. What you doing today, buddy? What you doing? Come say hi to Mommy. Yeah. So here's the construction site from yesterday. As you can tell, when you get to working on something, you just have a mess everywhere. But here's Justin's grape trellis. It's doing pretty good. I don't know what all that noise is in the background. It's kind of a truck or something. You got straw on your head. What you doing? Well, good afternoon. How are you? That's Clyde. Hey, girls. How you like your new house your daddy built? This is what we were working on yesterday. It ain't the prettiest thing, but it works. They had that, but it got too small. So we built this. Well, Justin mainly built it. I kind of helped him with it, putting a tent up and stuff like that. And it's just old used material that somebody was throwing away, and we just went and picked it up. Old pieces of 4x4 come off of a cousin of mine's porch. And it's just use what you got. They don't care. They got shelter. That's all that matters to them. Here's the other side of it. He put spray foam in it, that way it would go in betwixt the cracks. That way it wouldn't be no airflow going through the top or the rain seeping down inside of it. But it's got two openings here, right here, and in the back. There's an opening right here also. So they got two ways of going in there. Well, y'all, I just figured I'd give you an update on what was going on here on the homestead. And we got some new stuff coming up. Hopefully, we can be able to get it done before it gets too cold. Today it's just gorgeous out. The wind's blowing a little bit. But we're getting projects done here and there. You know, trying to maintain everything we can. But we'll keep you updated on what we got going on next. Y'all have a great day. Y'all, and God bless.